Welcome, dear listener, to Spirituality in the Brain. I am Vanessa Anceloni, your host, and this segment is all about bridging the latest findings of neuroscience and the teachings of Spiritism. Today, we're talking about the link that scientists found between selfies and narcissism, addiction, and mental illness. This article was published on April 4th, 2014, and it talks about an interesting aspect of what's happening to our world today. As the author of this article says, there is a growing trend of taking smartphone selfies, and it is linked to mental health conditions that focus on person's obsession with looks. According to a psychiatrist, Dr. David Veal, 2 out of 3 of all the patients who come to see him with a body dysmorphic disorder since the rise of camera phones have a compulsion to repeatedly take and post selfies on social media sites. Cognitive behavioral therapy is used to help a patient to recognize the reasons for his or her compulsive behavior and then to learn how to moderate it. The problem with the rise of digital narcissism is that it puts enormous pressure on people to achieve unfeasible goals without making them hungrier. And this is about the addiction also some people experience. In Thailand, for example, health professionals are so alarmed that they said to pay close attention to published photos, controlling who sees or who likes or comments them, hoping to reach the greatest number of likes is a symptom that selfies are causing problems. Now, dear listener, in Spiritism, we can understand why selfies, and for those who are not familiar with this word, it is a word that was recently created, and in the Oxford English Dictionary it's defined as a photograph that one has taken of oneself, typically with a smartphone or webcam, and uploaded to a social media website. In the Spirits book, Allan Kardec clearly asked in question 913, of all the vices, which may we regard as the root of all? And the illuminated spirits answered, we have already told you many times, selfishness. All evil derives from it. Study all the vices and you'll see that selfishness is at the bottom of them all. As much as you may struggle against them, you will never uproot them as long as you have not destroyed their cause. Let all your efforts tend toward that end, because selfishness is the true scourge of society. Those in this life who want to approach moral perfection must uproot from their heart every sentiment of selfishness, for selfishness is incompatible with justice, love, and charity. It neutralizes all other qualities. And then Kardec, very realistically, continues asking this question. Since selfishness is based on personal interest, it seems difficult to entirely uproot it from the human heart. Will we ever be able to do so? And the answer was, as humans become enlightened about spiritual things, they attach less value to material things. Next, it is necessary to reform human institutions, especially those that entertain and excite passions. This depends on education. Well, we can stop here, dear listener, just to meditate about this. This trend that becomes an addiction, selfie, can be impeding to our own progress because it's rooted in our own selfishness, and selfishness is the source of all difficulties in our lives. So to get rid of it, we need to become more spiritual, understand more about spiritual things, and less attached to material ones. So let's be practical. How do we do it? Every day, meditate. You are a spirit. Think about it. Think about the fact that your physical body is a temporary instrument, though much beloved, respected, but temporary. Everything else is temporary. No resources are even ours. They will pass to our other hands when we least expect. So we need to meditate on spiritual things, as the Spirit said in answer to question 914. You, by reading books such as the Spirit's book, the series of André Louis, No Solar, and Life Goes On, and many others, we can become acquainted with the reality that we are much more than the physical body. If we get too attached to this temporary life, then we are in trouble. So protect yourself from engaging into deep traits of selfishness, because then you will feel more attached to a life that is so perishing and less connected with your true nature. Meditate on this. Pray. Think about yourself as a spirit, immortal soul. Think about the continuity of life. What do you want to sow today so you can reap tomorrow? That's an opportunity for us to become less selfish, protect ourselves from addictions, mental illnesses, etc. This is it for today, dear listener. If you have a question or a comment, please write to us at kardecradio.com. We have a contact form. We'll be happy to listen from you. In the meantime, don't forget, God loves you unconditionally. Cherish this love and enjoy it.